because her mom is not there, and she's so phenomenal, and
I know she is.
You know she is from afar.
Thank you for being here. You're a really good friend of hers, and Rochelle, you're here as well. You're a good friend of hers.
Yes.
The Nikki that we're seeing on tape here is not the Nikki the two of you are friends with for all these years, right? This is a different Nikki.
Yeah, I don't even know the woman that I've been seeing the last year and a half.
So describe the Nikki that the two of you have been friends with over the years.
Well, we met in 5th grade, and we've been really good friends ever since then. We were in our weddings. We were there when our kids were delivered.
What was the tipping point here? Was it the affair, or was there something bubbling up before that?
I think there was stuff bubbling up before that because Tyler was living in Ohio and she was living in Washington, and so she had a lot of stress with the kids by herself. But then when she got to Ohio, she started just as soon as she found out about the affair, it was like all bets were off.
Is this all revenge? Is that how it started?
It started as revenge. She told me it was revenge.
Is it still revenge, or has this taken over?
No, she says that this is the new her, and that I need to realize that it's the new her and that she's not going to go back to baking cookies in the kitchen.
When she was baking cookies, when she was in the delivery room, when she was in y'all's lives, if you had pulled her aside and said, someday soon, you're going to be in a department store dressing room performing a sex act on a stranger, what would she have said to you?
Oh, she would have been like, I would never do anything like that. You guys know me better than that. And I would have believed it. When she tells me these things, I'm just like, what? It's something new every time.
Well, Nikki says she deserves to be selfish after 20 years of being a good wife, a good mother. She says her disapproving friends are just jealous of her newfound freedom. Take a look.
I honestly don't think anything's wrong with going out with my friends, dating new and interesting people. I think it's great. I was a mom and a wife at 20. I never got a chance to experience what a normal 20-year-old would do. Now I'm focusing on me. I had low self-esteem my entire life, and now I have young guys wanting to go out with me, date me, buy me drinks. My confidence has gone through the roof. Does dating make me a I don't think so. I am entitled to go out and have some great discoveries and adventures. Jamie has an issue with me dating, and I don't understand why. This is part of moving on. When I found out about Tyler's affair, we tried to work things out. For 2 years, I could do it. I had 5 full-blown affairs. I just was distracting myself from the pain that I was suffering, and I wanted him to hurt just as bad as he had hurt me. My friends and family don't understand at all. They expect me to stay home and bake cookies every night. I feel I've been a very good mom to all 3 of my kids. It's my turn to be a little bit selfish. I think people need to understand that and cut me some slack.
They are concerned, frankly, that you've gone over the high side, that you've just lost control and are putting yourself at risk and have essentially abandoned your daughter. And what I heard you say on the tape is that you obviously were hurt by what your husband did, and that you've had low self-esteem all your life, but now you say your self-confidence is through the roof.
It is.
Tell me about that.
What Tyler did to me was quite intense, and I never felt I was worth anything after he did that to me. And the attention was phenomenal that I had not received ever before. So it kind of made me look different.
The attention from who?
From the men that he had me date, yeah.
The men who had you date?
Well, my husband wanted me to date to pawn me off on someone so he could leave and marry his girlfriend.
Did anything about that seem odd to you?
Yeah, it did. After 20 years of marriage, it really, really seemed odd to me. It blew my mind. But I was in such a desperate point to have attention pretty much from being alone when he worked and I lived, across the country. From being alone all the time, I was in a point to where, okay, someone take me out to a movie, someone, take me to dinner, I don't care. And that was his bright idea.
It was his bright idea, but you went along with it, and you were okay with it. And when I would talk to you over and over again and say, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, you were like, I just need the attention.
So you said somebody take you to a movie, but you actually didn't go see
a movie.
Oh, I went to movies and went to dinner and shows and regular dating stuff. Went to the mall, went shopping, regular dating stuff too.
Yeah, I heard about your shopping trip. On one of those shopping trips, isn't it true that you went into a dressing room and performed a sex act on someone you met on the internet?
We were dating, yeah. We had been dating.
You dated like twice.
A couple times
yeah.
We had dated, yeah. That was right after I found out about the affair.
You're in a dressing room in a store. Tell me about this self-esteem confidence is going through the roof, you say?
That I was getting attention that I had never received.
Okay, so I kind of get it. She was cheated on. Her self-esteem was in the trash, like she said. She's getting attention from men. That tidbit about her husband pawning her off on other men is interesting. She was pushed into dating and having relations with other men so that her husband could marry his girlfriend. I'm just confused why he wouldn't just want to end it or something. Yeah, I get it. And like doing something sneaky in a dressing room, I feel like the act of that being in a clothing store dressing room is not a huge deal in and of itself. It's more so about like how risky is she being with strangers, and is she doing anything that could harm her or that could harm her children or that could like actually shake her sense of self and then ultimately affect the way she's mothering her children. But I guess we'll have to see more about for that.
Nikki isn't just hooking up with random guys that she's met online, but she's experimenting with women too. Nikki is not discreet about what she does at all. 3 weeks ago, she sent nude pictures of herself to a woman she had just met online. On another occasion, she was talking to one woman about an experience she'd had with another woman and how hot it was. On top of all of it, she keeps sending screenshots to her husband, and I think she's doing it just to get revenge.
Well, from pulling all-nighters to plunging into the dating pool, Nikki says she's taking a break from being a mom, which, as I said, I didn't know that was an option. And that she's finally putting herself first. She's putting herself at the top of the list. But while Nikki's playing party mom, her friend Jamie and her husband Jason say they're raising her teenage daughter.
Nikki wants to live a lavish lifestyle, and she uses older rich men to do it.
They have the ability to take a girl out to dinner to nice places, and their card doesn't get declined. They're a safe bet.
Nikki's currently dating a billionaire in his mid-60s. She says she has a strong connection with him and she sees a future with him.
He is very emotionally available for me. He likes to watch out for me.
She just wants somebody to be her sugar daddy. Nikki brags about her lavish lifestyle all the time on social media. Meanwhile, my husband and I are busy raising her daughter 2,000 miles away. We told Nikki that if we took her daughter, we would want $150 a month from each of them. Tyler has sent money, but Nikki tells me that she can't send money.
Right now, I'm barely eating once a day, and I was just evicted out of my home.
Meanwhile, Nikki's always getting her hair done, getting her nails done. This is a Facebook post about when she was at the Ritz-Carlton with her sugar daddy, living the posh life.
She posted, "The posh lifestyle is so exhausting." That was the last straw for me, and I posted an angry message on Facebook. "I'm so happy to hear the posh lifestyle is exhausting for you. You don't blink an eye about accepting money for a car, hair, nails, or alcohol, but when we ask you money for a Halloween costume, you say that she has to go without." She was being selfish and putting her own needs in front of her daughter's. Clearly, it's all about you. So
I was furious about that because this is my time to experience this.
Nikki deleted the post and unfriended me. We have not spoken since.
We love Nikki's daughter. She's doing so much better now, but we have been completely taken advantage of and used.
All right, thank you for being here. And you are raising her child. Why is this your job?
I don't think it's our job, but to a certain degree it is, because we've been friends for so long that their kids have always considered us part of the family. Right. And when you see family in need, you step up and you help out.
And but enough's enough.
And I see all these posts on Facebook, and nothing's been about her daughter, nothing's been about her bettering her position. It's all been about her.
Let's look at some of the posts that you're talking about. October 29th, the posh lifestyle is exhausting. Where are my yoga pants? Tonight is a celebrity restaurant and trying food that is on the Forbes 500 for the best. Then there's a photo of Ritz-Carlton and champagne. This is on a date, right?
This is a date, yes.
Is this with this billionaire boyfriend?
Yes.
October 3rd, look at my new car. September 29th, sweater dress, leggings, denim jacket, and Uggs. Hashtag don't care. September 14th, a beautiful night to grill, my new hobby. And there's a photo of grill and numerous steaks. You were to send $150 a month to support your daughter. You've received $40.
Well, no, she sent me $85 once, and then she sent me $40 another time.
And then I also sent you $60 just a few weeks ago.
Well, you haven't been sending $150.
No, I've been sending what I can. The car was actually leased by my employer because I've done such an amazing job in my first year there.
Well, here's a text exchange between Nikki and her 13-year-old daughter. Daughter, I don't like the new you. The new you isn't my mom. The old mom was my best friend. I want that mom back. Just please stop acting like this so I can come home, please. Nikki, you seem to forget that I raised you alone for the last 5 years. Did you know how sad I was? Did you know how much I cried? No. because I was too busy making your life perfect. Right now, I'm having fun for myself. I have never been selfish in my life until now. Never. Really? That's what you say to your daughter 2,000 miles away that's begging you
My
to come
daughter and my friends want me to sit home and bake cookies.
That is such a lie. I just want you to. I don't
That's
care.
what
I don't
you
care
want
if
me
you
to
go out
do.
on the weekend. I don't
You
care if
do
you have
care.
a night. No. What I care about is when your daughter is at my house crying because her mom is not there, and she's so phenomenal, and she.
I know she is.
You know she is from afar.
I do, Jason. I know. I raised her, and I raised two other amazing kids.
You raised her?
You've been with her for 4 months.
No, we've been with her her whole life.
Exactly.
We feel like we've raised her just as much as you have.
Okay, we have to take a break here, and then I have a lot to say. Nikki blames her husband for sending her down the path she's on now. He says Nikki needs to stop playing the victim and start being a better mom to their daughter.
Okay, yeah, so I said that it's not too big of a deal as long as it's not affecting her ability to be a mom. Well, clearly it's affecting her ability to be a mom. This is pathetic. Her daughter is 2,000 miles away. She's 13, begging for her mom, and she texts her all of this like, woe is me, I'm the victim. Look at how hard I worked. I sacrificed for you. This is ridiculous. It's so irresponsible. She feels entitled to this, it seems, and she thinks that her 13-year-old child is obligated to just sit back and tolerate her mother checking out of being a parent. She can live this type of lifestyle 100% once her daughter is grown up and set on her way on her own and making her own way out in the world. This girl is 13 years old. She's a child. She is a child.
When I first found out about Tyler's affair, Tyler encouraged me to date other people. He felt like this would make things even. I matched with this guy online that was totally my type. We decided to have a date at the gym, and he never showed up. He messaged me saying that he came to the gym early and he saw me on the treadmill. He told me that I was the most disgusting woman he had ever seen and told me to shove pizza and ice cream in my mouth. I was completely destroyed. I came to find out that the great guy that I had met online was actually my husband. He said he was doing me a favor, that nobody could ever love a sick, chubby girl. That was the uttermost disgusting experience that I've ever had.
Well, Nikki says when her husband Tyler's mistress called her and outed him for having an affair, it destroyed her. She claims his behavior after that revelation didn't make things any easier. Tyler admits he had an affair, but insists Nikki is using it as an excuse for her bad behavior and is using it way too long.
Since she found out about my affair, Nikki has been totally out of control, and she uses what I did to justify her out-of-control behavior. While the affair was still going on, I asked her for a divorce 3 different times, and she said no. I took full ownership of the affair that I had. I came up with this dumb idea for her to go out on one date. I felt that was fair because of what I did. I figured this would boost her self-esteem. Nikki and I decided to stay together and work through the problems that came with my affair. 2 months later, she revealed to me that she had been dating, seeing, or sleeping with 5 different men. It put a punch right in the stomach. It was something I couldn't handle. I did make some phone calls to these guys. I tried to intervene and get in between them. Nikki actually told me that she needs the attention and the affection from these guys, whether it be online or in person. It was something that she got addicted to. Nikki is in a complete downward spiral. I don't think she can control anymore. She was a very loving, kind, giving person. And now she doesn't care who she hurts. Me, the children, her friends. There's been way too much damage. At this point, I do not think our marriage will be able to be saved.
Nikki's family, including her oldest son, Zach, all say she can play all the victim cards in the world, but there's no excuse for some of her questionable parenting decisions. Let's take a look.
As hard as it is for me to say, Nikki's been a horrible parent.
Her parenting has gone completely downhill.
While Nikki's daughter was in the home with her, she neglected her completely. She would come home from work, drink a bottle of wine, take a nap, and then drink another bottle of wine.
She would bring guys home on the first date with the kids home.
There's been no food in the house.
Her daughter told me that she would cook her own dinner.
I find it scary that my mom can find money to drink and to party, but not for basic necessities.
It's very important for me to have this moment. I have to rediscover who I am again.
My daughter has seen her mother's social media, her Snapchats, her Instagrams, her Facebooks with her out partying. My daughter completely dislikes it.
So the final straw came one night when Nikki was so out of control. Her daughters had gotten in the car to leave, and they had locked the doors, and she threw herself on the hood of the car and was screaming to let her in the car. Her daughter called me in tears, and that's when we decided that we needed to offer our home.
If we were to send Nikki's daughter back home to be with her mom now, she would absolutely be neglected.
It's very important for me to put my happiness first because I feel it's going to be better for everybody in the long run.
Well, joining us in the audience is her oldest son, Zach. Zach, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
You had been away, actually, on a religious mission, correct?
Correct.
And you came home and moved into the house, but you only stayed for a couple of weeks, right?
I just got home from 2 years of being gone. I don't have a job, a car, a phone, nothing. And she comes home and says, I got a date, and leaves.
Were you concerned about her behavior?
Oh, yeah.
What did you see that concerned you?
I saw immaturity, irresponsible. One time, my mom walks past me, and she just smells like alcohol. And she said she was playing drinking games. And I said, Mom, you are 40 years old. You should not be playing drinking games. I'm 21. Kids my age play drinking games.
When I was 21, I was a mom to 2 kids.
That wasn't their choice.
No, it wasn't.
You had the kids at 21,
I
not
did.
them. So,
I did.
So you
but
have
I
a
never got to
responsibility
have
to
any
you have a
kind of
responsibility to your
self-discovery of
13-year-old
my
daughter.
own independence.
Discover yourself.
Why
when you're
should
older.
your daughter pay for those decisions that you made early on?
She's not paying for them now.
She's not. She's living 2,000 miles away from her mother, begging to come home and getting a lecture about why she should feel guilty for not allowing you to go out and run and party and play.
I'm not run. That's the thing that everyone's making me out to be, this run and party play. I go out maybe once or twice a month.
That is such
That's
a
it.
lie. And I had shut myself off from your social media a long time ago. I wasn't following it because
Well,
it was
we
just
didn't, and we have pictures 2 weekends in a row.
right.
But I don't
had
go out
pulled back.
every day. I don't. I have a
didn't say you were
job
going
I
out
have
every
to
day.
do. I don't drink every night.
What is it that is more important than your daughter?
Nothing is more important than my
Well,
daughter.
based on results, something is, because you shipped her off. On the
I didn't
priority
ship her
list,
off.
she's gone.
I didn't ship her off. Jamie demanded that she go out there.
And why?
Jamie demanded, she bought the plane ticket
Why?
because her dad was moving in, Tyler was moving out, I was moving in, and it was a mess.
Just listen to your daughter, because you're not making sense to me. Let's see if she does.
My mom is being immature and childish. She isn't really thinking straight at all. My mom thinks it's okay to act like she's in college, but she still has to raise me. She goes out on dates with strangers she met online. I worry about my mom because she drinks on dates. Things could happen. My mom drinks a lot. One time when I was at a concert with my mom, she got alcohol poisoning. Me and my friend had to carry her out to the car because she couldn't even walk. Another time I was at a fair with my mom. She got drunk that day, dropped food on the ground and tried to pick it up and eat it, but I had to knock it out of her hands. When I see my mom behaving like this, it embarrasses me and it angers me. While I'm living 3,000 miles away, she's out partying and everybody's seen on social media. It's really unfair. When I tell my mom, she dismisses my feelings. My mom's always telling me that she needs me time. Me time is like when you're by yourself. I think by the way she behaves, she doesn't care. She forgets about me and doesn't see what I'm going through. I really miss my mom being my best friend. I want things to be the way they used to be. I still love her. I'm always here for her. I want my mom back.
I feel everybody wants me to stay home and bake cookies. I honestly feel that. Everybody wants me to go back to the lady who I was for 20 years, catering for the kids, catering to Tyler's career choices and follow him across the country. You know, taking care of everybody's problems and responsibilities. And this is the first time in my life that I've actually been able to think about me. 2.5 years ago, after this all happened, yes, I did go crazy. Yes, I had a meltdown. Yes, I had therapists say that you're pretty much in a depressive state. Yeah, I know that. And yeah, I did drink 2 and 3 bottles of wine a day. And I picked myself up, and I got a job, and I excelled in that job. And I got myself out of it. And yeah, I still go out, and I still have fun. Because I want to experience what it's like to be 25 again. I never went to that kind of college. I didn't get to do that. I was a great mom. I put my husband and my children always first. And that's one thing that I know that they can't deny, because I've always put them first.
I've never denied that.
I've always been a great mom. I have 2 older kids that testify that I've always been a good mom. But at this point in my life, I'm rediscovering who in the hell I am. And I'm not going to sit home and bake cookies and wait for Prince Charming to come knocking on my damn door, because he's not going to do it.
You can't find Prince Charming on Ashley Madison.
If y'all want to argue, you can do that without me here.
I am going, every day is a new day for me. Every day I'm discovering something new about myself. I'm not the same woman I was 2.5 years ago. I'm not the same woman I was 15 years ago. And I love my daughter tremendously. I've always put my daughter in everything first.
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to throw the flag on that.
My whole experiment of being 20 all ends when she comes home. And my life will go back to baking cookies again.
Let me just tell you something, and Listen, you don't have to like what I'm telling you, and you don't have to like me. That's okay, because I'm expendable.
Well, I love you, Dr. Phil.
But somebody needs to tell you the truth. And here's the truth. You're only a victim as long as you want to be. I'm not excusing what your husband did. I make no excuses for that whatsoever. You keep saying, everybody wants me to bake cookies, like that's some kind of prison sentence. You set that up as a dichotomy where you say, okay, I can either bake cookies or I can be out here some party girl getting drunk, falling down, eating cake off of the ground at the fair, being carried out of a concert. If those are the two choices, then yes, I would rather have you baking cookies than drunk at the fair, eating cake off the ground in front of your daughter. That's not you. On your knees in the dressing room at the department store, that's not you. That is degrading. It is beneath you. You are selling out for short-term attention from men, and you are mistaking that for positive attention, love, care, whatever it is you're telling yourself. They are using you and laughing about it afterwards. That is not finding yourself. But you do have to be a parent, because that's a job you can't quit.
No, and I never
You
wanted
just so
to do
happen
that.
to have some people that love and care about you and your family enough that they've stepped up and given you a break, and you have squandered that break by doing things in the wrong direction. She is your responsibility. You need to be raising her, and the only reason that they have seemingly enabled you is because they did not want to continue to subject your daughter to your poor choices and your behavior. They took your daughter not to help you, but to protect your daughter.
I know they did.
Okay, we have to take a break here. Think about what I've said. I'm going to add somebody to this conversation because he and I've talked about this, about your situation. He's not only the leader of an empowering megachurch, he's also a very dear friend of mine. I'm talking about the Bishop T.D. Jakes. He's here, and I'm going to add him to this conversation after the break. Please welcome my longtime dear friend, the Bishop T.D. Jakes. Thanks for having me back. Good to see you.
I'm good. Hello, how are you?
Good to see you.
Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
Meet these folks. You know Nikki, and you've been listening to
Yes,
you
I
listen to
have.
this to everybody, right?
Yeah, I listen to everybody.
What are you hearing here?
Well, I'm glad you set me right here because I'm on your side. I don't think anybody has ever been on your side.
Oh.
Because though you had a lot of people around you who loved you, they never heard you screaming. And you're a little bit angry with all of them because they didn't hear you screaming. And now you're trying to defend yourself. And this woman that you have turned into is your protector. And she's trying to block out the pain, but she's also blocking out the love. Because you no longer believe that anybody else is going to love you. And this is the last resort for you. And you're afraid to let it go because you don't think that you'll ever get it if you don't get this. But you are wrong.
I want you to meet someone else, Deanna Jordan. She's the founder of New Method Wellness right here. They're a leader in dual diagnosis treatment. They're set in beautiful Southern California. It's a very caring and committed and compassionate staff. Is this not exactly what you do?
Yes. Yes. Hi, Nikki.
Hi.
You know, I've been where you are, really lost, and I feel like you're looking for love in all the wrong places. And I know that New Method Wellness could teach you to look for love in the right places. You know, you could fill up that hole in your gut with love and light, like the bishop is talking about. The most important thing that I heard everybody say was that you deserve it. You deserve real love.
I want to make this resource available to you. You talk about baking cookies like it's solitary confinement at the federal prison.
I've done it for 20 years.
But you don't have to do that. You can learn to take care of yourself. But to do it, you got to start with honesty. And let me tell you, nobody had to come here and do this, but they did because you matter. I asked them to be here to provide you with every possible resource you can have to heal this family and get you back on the right path. I want to extend that to you. Will you take it?
I will.
All right, that's what we want.
Okay, so in this episode, Nikki is an out-of-control party mom. Her husband cheated on her, and she kind of lost it after that. He also tried to get her to date other men, like pawning her off on other men, but she started dating 5 men, which made him jealous, although I don't see why he would care when he had a girlfriend anyway. It also sounds like, and let me make sure I got this correct, her husband pretended to be a stranger on a dating site, lured her to a date at the gym just to say, I saw you at the gym on the treadmill, you're disgusting, you're fat, shove a pizza down your mouth, and that was her husband? Did I hear that correctly? That is terrifying, deeply disturbing, and if that's one thing that he did, who knows what else was going on in that marriage? So if her self-esteem got in the gutter, I mean, should we really be surprised? That's diabolical on a different level. That's some next level stuff. It's sadistic, pretty much. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with that man, but I'm scared of that man. But right now, Nikki is not being a parent. Her son is disturbed. I guess she has other kids who are older. I think the biggest issue is that she's not being a mom to her 13-year-old. Her 13-year-old is thousands of miles away, crying. Nikki saw her 13-year-old crying on this video, and still her immediate response was defensiveness. So that's not good. But I do like that Bishop T.D. Jakes came out and was really talking to her, and she was crying and she was hearing him. So there is a lot of pain there. I think deep down she does know that she's kind of debasing herself and that this isn't really finding herself. I have also found myself in the ways that she's currently finding herself, and that did not help me find anything, just keeping it real. I also understand that feeling of arrested development where she immediately became a mom and a wife at 21 years old and then spent the next 20 years doing that. It's true that she did miss out on developmental milestones, and it is normal to then later in life start to go back and go through those development phases, but later in life. That is common, and honestly, I don't think that can really be completely avoided. It's going to come back if you missed it, but it's just, she needs to consider the fact that she still has a 13-year-old child who needs her mommy right now. You know, she can hit that 25-year-old milestone party mom when her 13-year-old is off at college, when she no longer needs a mother there every single day. When her 13-year-old is you know, an adult woman, she has plenty of time. So I'm not quite sure why she feels the need to do it right now. I guess it's just the result of her response to this affair. You guys let me know what you think about this episode. What do you think about Nikki and her behavior? Does any of this seem familiar to you? Have you been in her position before? Have you been on the other side of it? Was your parent like this? Anyone in your life with this behavior? What do you think about her issues with arrested development and her self-esteem? And do you think her self-esteem was beaten into the ground during her marriage by her husband? Because if he's out there with these type of schemes at the gym, what was he doing at home? What do you think about how she treats her daughter, and what do you think could be done to start healing herself so that she can be a good mom to her children again? Let me know. Drop it in the comments.